What's going on YouTube? I am the Rockin Aerodactyl with my boy Jspeckz.
Hello, everybody. I am back, and it is time again for some all things Pokemon, people.
And not too much information was released last week, but we got enough to talk about some new Pokemon stuff. So I'm pretty hyped for this. I think this is the third episode now.
Yeah, this is the third episode, and funny enough, every time we kind of are like iffy on a topic, something pops up and is like, "Talk about me."
Yeah. Which is, really nice actually. So I think we decided we're going to start with the Koro releases.
Yeah.
Alright. Cerebree opened up here so we can translate for y'all using the already translated stuff. So in the
Yes.
first page, and I'll have a link just to Cerebree for those of you that probably already know it, but if you don't, I'll have a link in the description so y'all can see what we're reading and all that. In the first image, we have what looks like not much new information. You got the trainer, shows customization. You see, is it like Professor Kui, something like that?
Yeah, Kukui or something
Yeah,
like that.
Kui. He's in the, and it shows a map of the region. But then below here, you got something interesting. It shows the starters and then one of these puppy Pokemon, which we'll talk about in the next page. But then you have this koala looking thing hugging a log, it looks like. I'm guessing that's a log.
Yeah, and that koala, that Pokemon, I'm hyped for this, man. I honestly think its stats are gonna be horrible just because its ability is broken. But I'm hyped to see what it can do.
So let's talk about that. First, it's called the first up. It's called Neko. It's like Nekoala. It's like
Yeah,
Nekkoala. It's called the half wake Pokemon. It's a normal type. With the this is a cool. This is like I think the first new ability we've heard about, other than the two legendaries. But then again, those are
those aren't new.
basically like same things, just different names.
Yeah,
But it's
exactly.
called Definite Sleep, which is cool because basically you're immune to all status except for sleep. So
That's insane.
so let's say this guy evolves to become a great physical, powerhouse. You can't burn him, which is actually pretty nice. Uh,
That's ridiculous. Talk about a status absorber. He's probably gonna be OU just because of that ability as far as Smogon tiers go.
oh, definitely. So I look forward to seeing what this guy evolves into because if he gets like some decent moves such as double edge, and then maybe let's say he gets a new ability. Even if he doesn't, he could be like a weaker version of Kangaskhan in a way in VGC. Let's say he got fake out and sucker punch stuff like that. But he also can't burn him, which was Kangaskhan's biggest weakness back in 2015 and 14. So that's pretty nice. And then we also have this like puppy Pokemon called, I'm probably gonna mispronounce it like I pronounce every name ever, Iwanko. It's like
Yeah,
Iwango.
I'm not gonna try to give that name a go at
Yeah.
all. Especially since we didn't get the English translation yet, so I guess we just leave it at that for now.
Yeah, definitely. And it is a rock type Pokemon, which is interesting. Not normal, but rock. And it has a Keen Eye Vital Spirit, which we've already seen before. And it is the puppy Pokemon.
That is very interesting that it's a rock type since it looks nothing like a rock type.
So that may hint to a more bulky final evolution, perhaps.
I hope so. Or maybe because it's a dog, it's gonna be fast and just punch people in the face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'd appreciate a fast rock type sweeper.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if you got like Stone Edge.
Or they should make strength a rock type move.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. That'd actually be interesting. Oh, sorry,
Like
my strength. Yeah.
in some of Giuliano's ROM hacks.
Mm-hmm.
Strength is a 75 base power rock move, and it's amazing
Well, that's definitely
because it actually makes Surf and Waterfall not the only useful HMs. He
HMs.
did the same thing with Cut. Cuts is a 60 base power grass move.
Oh,
So it's
that's
like
cool.
I feel like that should be implemented. Every HM shouldn't be normal type.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So I'm just taking some, looking at the pictures of it, and I don't think we get much information other than it exists and then it's typing. But I can't see where the rock typing is implemented. If you look at its neck, where there's some fur, it looks like you got some stones there, and that the tip of its ears look a little more solid. But definitely, I look forward to seeing what else we got here. And then that's 2 pages about that, or no, just 1 page. And then the next page we have some lot of stuff happening. We got talks about the Rotom Pokédex at the very bottom.
Oh my goodness, that thing, yo, I really hope that's a Pokemon. Please be a Pokemon. Then
Yeah,
again, I hope it's not a Pokemon. Please don't be a Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you. And so there's a lot of stuff here, so it's hard to understand all of it. But then you also have like this. Is that like a QR code thing? It looks like.
Yeah, apparently there's like a lot of places where you can get QR codes and you can scan them for your Pokedex or something like that. Something like that was explained in the trailer. It was weird, but they're bringing back the usefulness of QR codes for Pokemon, which might mean another exploit to get Verlis mad.
Definitely. I mean, if you go on YouTube and just look up Relisfire right now, the top videos are just about people talking about the Relis and Wolfie interaction and stuff.
Or do call him what Steve calls him, Versilify. Because Steve does not know how to say his name. And I just watched one of his videos about him and he called him Versilify in like 3 different videos. It was
It's
so
great.
hilarious.
It's great. But yeah, this QR code. I wonder what if. So it'd be interesting if it's like your Pokédex, or like if you go to Japan. I bet them, if they are around places, they may be in Japan. Like if they have them in real places or if they post them. I don't know, but definitely interesting possibilities you could do. And also, I'd like to go back to the first page when you showed the trainers. Something that was pointed out to me was that they actually wear these bracelets that look like the Mega Evolution,
Yeah.
but it's not the Mega Evolution bracelet. It's something else.
Yeah, and it has that yellow stone.
Yeah.
I hope it's just a different color. I'm not gonna hype it up. I just want it to be a different color Megastone. That's it. No burst evolution. None of that nonsense.
As much as
Please, Game Freak.
yeah, I completely agree with you. Especially we don't need more evolutions. We have primal, we have regular evolution, and then we have primal reversion and mega evolution. We're already good. You can have like 3 fully maxed out evolved Pokemon on a team right now, which is too OP in my opinion. But we don't need a 4th kind of evolution.
We don't need DNA evolving. We do not need to become Digimon. We are the bet. Digimon is the copy of Pokemon. We don't need to copy them. We are the original. Please, Game Freak. None of that burst mode stuff or all because it seems like all the stuff they're trying to get into now. Digimon already did. Like they had a season where humans turn into Digimon. They DNA Digivolve. They have Mega Digivolution forms. So it's like, please. I'm not saying necessarily that you guys are trying to copy them, but we don't need any more gimmicks. Your core fans are happy. We just want more fun. We want more Pokemon.
Definitely, definitely. Oops, sorry, that was my speaker there. Here we go. But and the last bit of information I can find was that if you go to like Japan and you go to like the movie of I don't know what it's called, the Volcanion movie.
Yeah, the new movie with Volcanium and Garena that's about to come out. I don't know the name of it either. I've stopped watching the Pokemon movies.
Yeah.
The last one I think I saw was the Lucario one, and I was barely able to sit through that one. To me they've gone stale. I don't know what it
I
is.
don't blame you.
It just doesn't feel the same. Like the last good one, I only can say I like only 3 of them. I like the first Mewtwo movie, I like Lugia the movie 2000,
Yeah.
and I like the Entei movie. Everything after that I thought was horrible.
Yeah, the only reason I watched him is just because I can like stay up to date with like the story or
Yeah,
any like hidden Pokemon news. But
yeah.
actually something I've been watching, I'm not done with it, but I'm watching the Hoopa one because that just came out on Netflix. So and so far it's like but I mean, it's about Hoopa. We don't have much info on Hoopa yet, so
Cause it's like I don't know, they have so many legends, and every time a new legend comes out, a new movie comes out, and there's but so many things you can do to make the story about the legend different from the last legend
yeah.
and keep it interesting. Like they've literally gone through every spectrum they could possibly do for backstories for these things,
And
and
more.
each time, yeah, and it's like in each time, it's I don't know. The Suicune Celebi movie I thought was okay,
Okay,
but
yeah, I know that one.
I didn't really like it. I didn't really like the Jirachi movie. I thought it was weird. I hated Destiny Deoxys. I don't know, man. It's just there.
I don't blame you. I mean, yeah, they're great at making
I
games, and they're not in games, but they're not really good at filmmaking, or at least they good.
no
They're good
the
at filmmaking,
best
but not
movie
the
by
storyline.
far. The best movie by far was Lugia the movie 2000.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. That
Well,
was a really good
Pokemon the
film.
movie 2000.
Can't blame you. That was a really good film, actually.
Yeah,
Uh,
that movie was amazing. Like the first movie was good. It's a classic. I like it still because of nostalgia. But Pokemon the movie 2000, I can go back and watch and be fully invested in it because I just loved like they incorporated everything into it well. It was dramatic. It was like you really felt that Ash and them were in danger. You felt for the legendary birds. You didn't want them to kill Lugia when it looked like Lugia almost died. It's just like they had you all up in the story, and I feel like they can't do it any better than that.
yeah, I think one thing I do wish like they would do in Pokemon movies is actually for once incorporate Ho-Oh, because they've literally added every single Pokemon except Ho-Oh or Ho-Oh. My bad, I don't know. I said Ho-Oh, Ho-Oh, and the ones that you think they have Ho-Oh, it's in Lucario and it's actually Mew. I'm like, what? Please, just give me a
Hold on,
Ho-Oh for once.
what happened?
What?
What happened? You
At the
kind of cut out a
beginning.
little bit there.
Oh, sorry. At the beginning of the Lucario movie with who is it? It's Lucario, and it is Mew. Mew's in that one. But at the beginning, you see Ho-Oh flying in, and you're like, "Oh, great, it's Ho-Oh." But then when it lands on in the tree thing, it's Mew. It's like,
Hmm.
ugh, just for once, please. Yeah, Lugia had Ho-Oh, and the only reason I cared that much about Ho-Oh is Heart Gold was my first. Well, actually, Gold, well, Silver, and it's technically Silver, but that game had a memory problem, so it was really a Gold. But Gold was my first Pokemon game, and I fell in love with Ho-Oh. So just please give me a Ho-Oh someday. That'd be
Yeah, I know they disrespected Ho-Oh, so they disrespected Ho-Oh, they disrespected Raikou.
yeah.
It's like, come on, man, come
If you're
on.
gonna do it, yeah.
You can't show love to certain legends and then completely ignore others. Like Suicune and Entei both got movies, and Raikou just gets a three-part special with Todd.
Yep. Suicune even got its own game, Crystal.
Yep, Crystal was amazing. That was probably my favorite game before Emerald came out, but now Platinum's probably my favorite
Yeah,
game.
Platinum was definitely a lot of fun. I've never played Crystal, but I'm thinking about playing it this summer. I recently got it, still have to play it. But
Yeah, no,
so is it like the third and the second generation? I understand. I'm not second generation. Yeah.
Heart Gold and Soul Silver are basically remakes of Crystal.
Oh,
Like
okay, okay.
they're not remakes of Gold and Silver because Usine. I'm not sure if Usine was really in Gold and Silver, but Heart Gold and Soul Silver ha- has Suicune
Yep.
making a big point in it, and Suicune was that huge of a point in Crystal, and
Right.
Usine was looking for Suicune in Crystal.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. All right. So we've drifted off movies, which is great. Again, this is the All Things Pokemon podcast. But shall we move to the uh, what's it called? The trailer about Zygarde.
Let us do it. Let's do it.
Alrighty. I currently
That
have
trailer was insane.
definitely. So we have new forms of Zygarde have appeared. I'm just reading off of it, and we have Zygarde 10% form, which due to I believe. I feel bad for Pokemon though. Like every time they have new legendaries, we know like in this case it was months in advance, but like it was Hoopa, Volcanion, and who was the third legendary?
Dancy.
Deancey, thank you. But like, I'm pretty like they were in movies for all that and ready, but we knew about it like just a few months after Pokemon X and Y were released because of hacking.
Yeah, like with Volcanion. Like we knew about Volcanion since since X and Y dropped basically, and we just now get access to it.
Yeah, so maybe hopefully in the next set of Pokemon, like all the new Gen 7, I'm even gonna go as far and say if they do Gen 8, hopefully then we won't get I mean I do like learning about these secrets early on, but I feel like we'd be much more excited for this information. Like, oh wait, who's this new Hoopa character if we
I
actually know about it.
honestly, I feel like if this was a few years ago, the spoilers would affect me. But now it's just like I want to know so much. Like once I find out there's a new game, I just want to know more, and
Yeah,
it
that's true.
doesn't affect my hype for it in the least bit. Especially as a content creator, it just gets me more excited to use it. Like how Zygarde looked in that game. Oh my lord!
Zygarde may finally be good. I mean, let's talk about it. So it looks like a dog, like the dog, the 10% form, but like a dog of the scarf.
Yeah,
So,
I wish the dog was a separate Pokemon, man. I love
yeah.
that dog.
And then it has I don't know if the 1,000 arrows is a signature move. to just the
Yeah,
10%
yeah.
form? It is? Alright. So maybe
No,
like.
no, no. It should just be for Zygarde in general. I
Oh,
know he
okay.
gets
So,
1,000 waves and 1,000 arrows.
so we got 1,000 waves and 1,000 arrows, and when you see the 1,000 arrows, it's up against a Metagross, and we hear the super effective damage. So it's clearly a ground type move.
Yeah, both of those moves are ground type. I forgot which one. One of them is a 90 base power move,
Alright, and
and
I
it
see.
can't miss. And the other one I don't know.
Alright, they both
Let
look
me.
pretty good though. I mean, you don't see the Metagross fainting when that happens, but at the same time, like it also didn't like last long enough for it to show the faint. So I'd be interested to know how much damage these things do. Man, Zygarde's getting so many signature moves. You got Land's Wrath, you got 1,000 waves, 1,000 arrows, and then you also have the when it's at what is it? It's also I'm reading it. Also introducing is it
Oh,
100% form?
it's new move. 1,000 arrows. Yes, is an. Hold on. I just wanted to go. 1,000 arrows and 90 base power,
Okay.
and it hits flying types.
Oh, really? 1,000 arrows. Oh, that's interesting.
And then let me check 1,000 waves.
Poor Zapdos if that's incorporated into the game. Zapdos and Thundurus. That Earth type would be.
And 1,000 waves is also a 90 base power, and it prevents mons from switching.
Oh, okay, kind of like a mean look, but doing a lot of damage.
Wow.
Wow, Zygarde's actually going to be good. I doubt they will incorporate it into VGC because I'm guessing it's going to be similar to 2014. But if they do that for 2017, 2018 or 19, that'd be interesting. But Zygarde complete form looks pretty awesome. Can we talk about him real quickly?
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna call him Voltron. I'm probably gonna call him Megazord. And I might even call him Zaro because of his special move he showed us there.
And that's, I believe, Core Enforcer, correct? Yeah, Core Enforcer.
Yes. And
Which,
even Land's Wrath is base 91. So he has three ground type attacks with one being no additional effect. That move, there's no use of using that move.
yeah.
It probably just looks cool. It's just a weaker earthquake,
The,
literally.
the only difference between Land's Wrath and Earthquake, I believe, is Land's Wrath only hurts your. I could be wrong about this, but I believe Land's Wrath only hurts your two opposing Pokemon, like if this was a double battle. Well,
Yeah,
Earthquake
it's
attacks.
adjacent foes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could be wrong, but I believe that's the only difference. But yeah, I agree. Earthquake's just way better. But
So it's basically a physical earth power that hits the other side.
yeah, but does less damage because it's spread.
Yeah.
So
And then as far as the other two moves, they have abilities, but they're both 90 base power.
I'm curious to know if 1,000 waves and 1,000 arrows will attack be like earthquake or like attacks everybody or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I doubt
Let me,
like that'll attack everyone, but maybe like Landdrath and hurts only the two adjacent foes. But a Core Enforcer, man, that looks pretty awesome. I mean, you got the Z being formed, which I think was pretty awesome. Um, when you should.
so, 1,000 arrows grounds adjacent foes.
I'm sorry.
It makes them go to the ground.
Oh, okay. So you're just saying.
And
Oh,
it hits flying types for neutral damage. So not only are you not resisting it, now you're grounded, and now you're getting hit by earthquake
oh wow,
from anybody.
that's pretty good. If Smeargle's viable, actually, that could be strategically useful.
Yeah,
You know,
that might actually be insane.
because instead of gravity and no, well, gravity does have the ability to like raise your accuracy. I wonder, but still, that oh wow, a lot of options. I love that.
Yeah, they're trying to make Zygarde actually viable, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it a lot.
So so that's four signature moves, correct? 1,000 waves,
Yep.
1,000 arrows, land. Wow. So,
Just the last one hasn't been released to us yet, so we don't know the base power of that.
mhm.
It better be like base power 150, and because that move looks ridiculous.
I'd assume so because I believe it actually. Yeah, it faints the guard chomp, which is pretty cool.
It looks ridiculous.
Yeah, I wonder if it's. I can't. I haven't listened to it, but I wonder if it's a dragon type attack or if it's ground. The Core Enforcer. I'd be
I
interested.
hope it's dragon.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That
Uh,
would be amazing. And I mean that's by far the best animation for a move I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, I agree. I think this could be better than the two new signature moves. I mean,
Yeah.
because you got that blue like energy around him, and he's just in the air and then shoots a beam from his chest. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, and the other one just looks like a fire type brave bird.
Yeah,
But this, he literally goes up in the sky and strikes you with a Z.
definitely. And if you want to, we can talk more about Zygarde because earlier it was released. He had like like the cell and then the cell body, correct? So like he has
Yeah,
a lot of forms. So I'm kind of intrigued to know how that will work because you got cell body. No, I'm sorry, you got the cells which form the cell body or something or cell core.
yeah. Apparently, there's a whole bunch of cells all over the Pokemon world, the
All right.
universe, whatever you want to call it. And I forgot what exactly. This might have been in a video that I saw this, or I might have read this on Cerebi. So don't quote me if what I'm saying is wrong, people. This is just what I'm trying to paraphrase right now.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of those little core things or cell things, the green things, and then they all come together to create the giant, like, complete Zygarde when there's trouble.
Okay. So I wonder how Zygarde will be used when he comes in, like in the storyline of Sun and Moon.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I can't wait to see how they implement all of this.
yeah, I'm definitely intrigued because we all thought, everyone thought before Sun and Moon would be Z, and like maybe there was a problem, like a natural disaster. So it could be possible. I don't know if there's gonna be a problem with the sun or moon or something in space, but we'll see how Zygarde. It'll also be interesting how you catch Zygarde. Something I've been thinking is, do you have to like go around and like find all the cells before you battle him, or do you have to go and catch all the cells? I mean,
That would be crazy because according to whatever it was, I can't remember. It was a while ago. It was as soon as it was when the Zygarde sale was dropped that this information was released that I found out about this. If that's how it's going to be, they're probably going to have to limit us to probably like 10 cells or something because there's supposed to be a lot of Zygarde cells.
yeah, that's true. So, what is the Zygarde form we're used to? Like, just the regular Z-shaped one that we
Yeah,
have right now. Is
that
that
is
50%
Zygarde
form?
50%, yes.
50%. Okay, so you got the cell core, or cell brain, something like that. The better one, I guess. Then 10%, and then 50%, and then the complete form, which looks like a awesome boss.
Yes, looks like a Power Ranger
So,
sword.
so I wonder if it'll need a special evolution because in the animation,
Oh, from the looks of it, it looks like you only get complete Zygarde as like it's an ability.
okay,
Once 10% Zygarde gets to a pinch, which means less than 25% HP, it turns into Zygarde complete.
mm. So I
I
wouldn't be
mean,
surprised if we see like Focus Sash then, or something like that.
yeah, Focus Sash is seeming like it's going to be the most used item, only because once Zygarde becomes complete, his HP comes all the way, well, not all the way back, but its HP is greater in comparison to the previous Zygarde.
Oh,
So
okay, I see what you're saying.
I wouldn't even be surprised if there's no use for, like, if it doesn't get allowed in VGC just because they're making it too broken right now. Because
Yeah.
you can't, if you look back at the trailer, I forgot what hits Zygarde 10%, but it smacks it really hard. It lives on like 10 HP. Then he evolves to Zygarde complete form, and then his HP goes to like 10 to 120.
Oh wow. So that'll be interesting though. Like even, let's say, because even if you're playing in Ubers or any Smogon formats or whatever, I'm just trying to think of like the competitiveness here. Because then you got to think about, well, do you want him to have like minimal speed or something to underspeed something so he purposely gets hit, or do you want to like build calcs so you don't get him to that range, but then when he does get to that full core, do you want to build him to survive? So I'm just thinking like EV spread designing here, it'd be very complicated.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, because you're like, all right, I can make it so that he gets hit and gets to that range every time, but then he's going to be fragile.
Yeah,
Or I
or
can
then
make
do you
him
want to be?
bulky so that he can survive, but then he'll be slow and I won't be able to sweep with him. Because it doesn't look like complete Zygarde's going to be fast. If it's fast, it's completely broken.
Yeah, it'll probably. I doubt it'll gain speed. If anything, maybe it'll lose it. Maybe 10% will be faster, and the new one will be a little slower. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see Zygarde 10% being like base 120 speed, and I can see Zygarde complete being like 75, 80.
No, yeah, definitely. Do you want to talk about his ability? Do you know if his ability changes, or do you think it will? Because the 50% one, at least, we know is Aura
Or
Break, which reverses, I believe, it reverses the effects of Fairy Aura and Dark Aura.
yeah, honestly, I don't know. I don't even think they said anything about his ability yet, or did they?
I don't think they have. But that'd be interesting, like, if he gets a new ability, or if his current one, because I have to admit, his current one is actually pretty useful. in the fact that his main weaknesses are, well, his only weaknesses would be Dragon, Ice, and Fairy, I believe, right now. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Dragon, Ice, and Fairy. So, I mean, that one kind of basically, but then again, that only works with Xerneas on the field. So, yeah, I don't know. His ability kind of, in a way, only works if your opponent's using Zygarde and Xerneas, but if they're not even in the next region, then I don't know the point to the ability, unless more Pokemon get Aura abilities.
Yeah, you're. I don't know, man. It's all this,
This,
all these new pictures and gameplay. This is just making me cry because it's only almost July. We gotta wait till November for the. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to LP this on my channel. I can't wait.
I am the same way. Are you gonna? I'm just curious. Are you planning on doing Moon or I don't know why I said Moon first. Sun or Moon? For your
I'm
series.
I'm Let's Playing Moon, but I'm getting both.
Awesome. I'm debating between Sun and Moon still because usually what gets me is saying usually I'll have access to both because of friends or family. Usually my dad actually gets the opposite one, which is something fun we do. But what I want to know is like usually what gets me is like what are the item exclusives or the exclusive Pokemon to each game, and then that's usually when I decide. So we'll get more information in the future, but I'm so hyped for Let's Play.
The thing is, I don't want to get the information though. Like, I don't want them to give us a whole list of everything that's gonna be there.
Oh no,
The
definitely.
only thing I want them to give us as far as specifics, I hope the only specifics that are in the game as far as Pokemon are Pokemon we already know about. Like, let's say Drillbur is specific to Moon, and
Yeah.
like Phanpy is specific to Sun. That's the only thing I want them to do as far as specifics. As far as Alola Pokemon, let them all be available.
Yeah, definitely. Something I just thought about is actually I'm pretty something is the Rotom. I'm actually very excited because if we get the, I'm guessing Rotom will be native or useful. I don't know if I said useful, catchable in the game because he's in the Rotom Pokedex form. That means we could. I'm just thinking that means we get Rotom Wash back. Maybe he'll make a competitive scene again. I don't know, but Rotom Wash is one of my favorite.
Oh yeah, because Rotom hasn't really been in VGC anymore, has it?
No, he hasn't. I really miss him, but basically what's happened is because of all the Ubers, like Primal Kyogre basically Primal Groudon made him useless because you can't use water, you can't burn him, and you can't electrocute him. So
Good
yeah, Rotom
lord,
Wash
that's
is
literally bye
used.
bye Rotom.
I mean, some Pokemon that have disappeared completely, Rotom Wash, your Charizard Y, who had a big presence in VGC, doesn't exist anymore because weather's useless. That means sand, like Japan sand teams, which were a lot of fun to use. I even built one for fun. Oh, can't use them anymore, Tyranitar, because of the abilities and all that. So, Bisharp, you don't even see him anymore, and most people are surprised, like, well, you got Xerneas. Yeah, but also you got Groudon and all these Pokemon that can outspeed you and just OHKO you. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so many Pokemon are just left the competitive scene. And I'm surprised. Like, I kind of wish more Pokemon, if it's alright, I go back to VGC here for a second. Some Pokemon, like, I've even used, I'm surprised. I guess because people are just solely focused on, we can use these Ubers. Like, I've used Mega Venusaur to some success. He's great because he can wall the Primals because of his Thick Fat ability. And he's Poison type, so he can even wall Xerneas and take that out 1v1. So, like, some Pokemon like Mega Venusaur and even Swampert, which actually is really good if you get the Heavy Rain up because of that ground typing, he can completely wreck Groudon. It's just like, why aren't these guys being used? And, that's another reason. I'm sorry if I'm taking too long on this. This is just a...
No, you're alright,
Alright,
man.
thanks. VGC, though, like, I have to admit, one of the biggest reason I'm not going to Nationals this year, I usually go to Nats and Regionals and all that. I didn't go to any regionals incorporating this new format because it's like everyone's using the same thing. I want to. If I was to win Worlds this year, personally, I would not be proud of that for the fact that I just fought the same team again and again. I feel like that while there is still a level of skill because you're seeing the same level of winning consistency between players, if almost everyone's using the exact same thing, it takes the fun out of that for me, which is, why I'm like, I won't go to Nats this year. I'm glad I actually chose to get a capture card instead of Nats because that's been awesome. But next year I'm most likely go to Nats. I'm really looking forward to that. But for now, I'm like, I'll watch, but you guys have fun. But I'm out.
Yeah, that's why I struggle trying to get into the VGC. Because I was trying to learn VGC, and it's just I don't know, just seeing
Seeing this,
literally that big six every time you play with interchangeable mons. It's like people have a side deck of 3 mons that they're gonna bring if
yeah,
you bring something else. It's insane what you always see.
yeah, and like something I got to do last year during summer was actually I would build a new VGC team every week because back in for those of you that are new to the VGC scene, for us old people, back then a year ago we could use different teams, and we would
Oh
use.
wow! So now you just gotta whatever team you bring, you gotta stick with for the whole league, well, the whole tournament.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, like whatever you do for a tournament, like. Oh no! I'm sorry. You can use the same teams, but I'm saying like everyone uses the same thing
Yeah.
now. Back then, people used it was very diverse, especially like on Showdown. I didn't see that much Big Six. When I did, it was pretty easy. I had my strategy to take it out with Blaziken and Raichu, but I loved it. I'd build a new team every week just to experiment with different mons, and I could have some success. This year, you cannot do that. Like you can't use fun Pokemon anymore. Like I'm trying to think what I used last year. That was weird. I used Delphox last year actually. I was gonna bring it to Nats before I found out about Blaziken. But I mean Delphox was fun. I would let's see. I would use Hidden Power Ice because HP Ice was good back then. Overheat and then Psychic and then I have Switcheroo Choice Scarf. A fun little thing. I could outspeed my opponent or I could force them into that. But you really can't do fun things like that anymore. So sorry I'm ranting about VGC so much. It's just like I cannot
Bro,
wait for the next
don't
season.
worry about it, man. It's the all things Pokemon. I need to know about the VGC scene because
Yeah.
eventually I have to try it out at least once.
I recommend as a player. This is my third year playing now. Doing VGC, I say playing. I've only gone to one regional this season, but
Is that by choice or just you weren't able to go?
by choice, definitely
Okay.
by choice. I went to Houston because we were still doing 2015. I was surprised because this is my first year being the Masters division, and I got top 16, which was just fun for me, just because I'm like, hey, I've scored better than I ever had in Masters. But going back to that, even 2015, after Worlds, like at least at Worlds, all the top players were definitely using, you got the what was it called, Chalk? I forgot what it was called because it's so long ago, Chalk. But I didn't see much Chalk in Houston. A lot of people were using cool things. I ran into two Smeargle teams, which now it's very common, but in 2015 you didn't see that too often. I
Wow.
ran into a lot of fun teams, and we just don't see that anymore. So that's why I am very excited
Yeah, because
for
I hear that Smeargle with Dark Void is literally the meta right now.
it is, and I have to admit I am guilty of using that, but I feel like I do add my own personal touch because I actually used like transform, and
Ooh,
because like I'll transform into my own
transform.
Xerneas. I'm trying to think, I have follow me,
Ooh.
and then I have foul play because a fun little niche I do is prankster swagger and then foul play to get a lot of Okos. But yeah. So I'm sorry. We can move on, but just I cannot wait for VGC 2017. Cannot wait.
I just can't wait to see what this Gen 7 brings to singles and as far as Smogon and everything. Because I know it's not necessarily the official format, but not everybody likes playing doubles.
Oh no,
I
no, I
mean,
completely agree. I haven't played Smoke On, but I've played singles once in a while, and it's really fun. I have to admit, singles is even as VGC player, singles is still really really enjoyable.
yeah, it's like if the way I see it, I don't understand why Pokemon didn't make an official singles format, seeing as how literally the whole game you're playing singles.
Yeah, I have to admit, I was always confused on that too. Just something you had to learn when I got into VGC. Learn doubles, not singles. But definitely, something that's cool about singles and doubles, you can have the exact same Pokemon, but you will have completely different sets and completely different strategies.
Hmm.
Which is again why I've always enjoyed singles just as much as doubles because there's so much. It's like that's why I've enjoyed doubles lately because I'm not fighting big six teams and it's just been very enjoyable lately.
Ah, not even bad, not even bad. See, there isn't really like a big six in singles since there's so many tiers.
Well,
Like
then
yeah, and each tier there's like a certain mon everyone, well that not everyone brings, but a certain mon that most people bring, but it's a lot easier to switch it up in singles.
Well, yeah, and then speaking of singles, if we want to talk about the PMC real quickly, congratulations on a successful season one.
Thank you very much. For those of you who are not aware, our season one champion was crowned. It was Trev the King, the assistant coach for the Chicago Sacred Fire. He plays in the NPL. A lot of you know him. And yeah, he won the whole thing, man. And funny enough, he's in the D League right now.
Oh wow.
And yeah, it's funny that a D League player won the championship. But to be fair, he was the assistant coach the whole time. And originally, I was just gonna put him in the season two, but then the interest in season two was ridiculous, so I had to make a D League.
Mm. And for those of you that want to watch some awesome single content, just check out PMC. I think PMC underscore officials on Twitter.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The PMC appreciates all the kind words you are giving us right now, especially since you are a part of us. Let's not act like you don't help out here and you're not going to be an analyst for season two.
Yeah, guys, I will be an analyst for season two, and I've never been an analyst, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's why I'm happy I was able to take like because I'm basically the senior analyst for the D League, and it's a fun way to look at it. I mean, it gives you the opportunity to analyze everyone's playing styles. It gives you an opportunity to give you the chance to get better yourself because you pick up on bad plays and you learn from other people's mistakes.
Definitely, definitely. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh yeah, we did have one request on Twitter. If you want to talk about that real quickly, from I believe Galvatron VGC. I was tweeting out questions like, "What do you guys want us to talk about?" And one of the responses I got was our Pokemon origin stories. Like, how did we find
Ooh.
Pokemon?
How did we find Pokemon? You want to go first or you want me to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. It's rather quickly. I found Pokemon really two ways. First, one of my cousins, my only male cousin. I have 12 female cousins, so yeah, that's our family. Three younger sisters, a lot of female cousins. But I got one awesome older male cousin. We have a lot of fun. And he was a Pokemon player back in the day, and this was back when I was a wee lad, about a yay high. But I remember being intrigued by this game where you would explore and battle, and I was just intrigued and mesmerized by it. And then I think finally I bought a DS for my first DS Lite used for like 15, 20, no, it was like $20. I'm like, yes, now I'm out of money, I don't have a game. But eventually, I was able to, I think I traded somebody a game. I traded like, what was it, Force Unleashed for the DS for Heart Gold. And, which was,
Ooh.
in my opinion, a pretty good trade for me because the guy was done with it. But I will admit, the first time I played a full DS game, it was hacked. Don't get mad. So, it wasn't until I restarted. No, it wasn't until Black and White where I say I fully became a real Pokemon player where I stopped, hacking. I didn't play a hack game. But yeah, the idea of just exploring and catching Pokemon was my, just what I loved about it. But my first Pokemon game ever was actually I played a Game Boy Color. It was a handy down from when my dad was playing it when in his days, and it was silver, like the actual like just silver full big cartridge. But the problem was the silver actually couldn't save the game.
Oh my.
So like I would remember being on like trips. I'm like, yes, I got the first. I remember beating the first badge and thinking, yes, I am the champion. I have beaten this game. When in reality, I just beat Faulkner. But
Oh my.
I was the biggest noob back then, and
I have won.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
first
wait, there's
gem.
more gyms? Oh, I guess it's like the post game now. But because Faulkner was definitely difficult for me because I'm thinking he keeps healing, he must be the champion with that roost. But yeah, I learned clearly eventually. But so yeah, Heart Gold was technically my first game, and Totodile was definitely my first Pokemon ever. But I think in Silver, but since I didn't save, I think my first Let's Play, oh not Let's Play, my first game series I did was with Cyndaquil, and then I would remember every time I would beat the 7th gym in Heart Gold and Soul Silver or just Gold and Silver, you know that ice cave where there's that puzzle?
Yeah.
I never beat that. So once I beat the 7th gym, I'm like, oh, gotta start the game over. And I think I did that for almost a year until finally I was like, wait, there's this thing called the internet with tutorials.
Probably don't have to quit the game, but you know what?
So I think I've done 4 full playthroughs before 4 or 5 until I finally realized, oh wait, I can look it up. So yeah,
Oh
that's
man.
how I got into Pokemon, and then
Yeah, see, so you're one of the newer gen Pokemon players. I am literally the complete definition of a Gen 1er. The first game I got was Pokemon Blue. I remember it might have been my birthday, but my mom, all I remember is my mom was like, "Hey John, come here," and I was like, "Yeah," and then all of a sudden she handed me a Game Boy Pocket with a game in it,
oh
and then
awesome.
I turned the game on, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's Pokemon!" Ah! And I started off with Charmander. And that's literally where the love began because at that time I was watching the show anyway. So I was
Okay.
already a fan of the show. I didn't like the cards. When I was younger, I didn't like collecting cards at all until about middle school where Yu-Gi-Oh became a thing, but I wasn't what's the word I'm trying to think of? I wasn't the person for cards. I would have just broke them anyway. Like I wasn't at that age. I was in no shape to handle trading cards. And so Pokemon Blue came out, and I literally had a Game Boy Pocket, like not a Game Boy Color, a Game Boy Pocket, the original.
Nice.
And then from there, I mean, it basically just continued. Gold and Silver came out, and I was given gold by my mom. That I know for sure on my birthday. She basically gave it to me the same way she gave me the first one. She gave me it, no box. Pokemon Gold was in my purple Game Boy Color and was like, here. And I was like, wait, why is it open? And she was like, I just had to make sure that it worked. And then I fell in love. My first starter was Meganium,
Ooh,
and that was the highest level Pokemon I had ever gotten. I got it to level 83.
nice. Yeah, Chikorita is definitely a lot of fun. So do you have? I'm
Yeah.
just curious. Do you have an in-game Meganium with you, like in ORAS
Um,
or X and Y?
in game, no. I might have a few Chikoritas. I might actually have to Masuda method them for my next shiny hunting stream.
Ooh,
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's quite the interesting situation. Pokemon, and then when Crystal came out, I had to get it. I had to get it. I was like, oh, Crystal, yeah, no, I'm getting that. But that's
nice,
pretty much my whole thing with Pokemon. I'm one of the originals, man. I got here from the jump.
nice. You mentioned cards. I'm just curious. Have you played any TCG? Like, just not competitive, obviously, just casual. I'm just curious.
Wait, I'm sorry. What'd you say? You kind of cut out there for
Oh
me.
no, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're good. Have you ever played any like TCG? Not obviously competitive, but like just casual.
Yeah, I've played it before. Like now, I can play it. Now I don't have a problem playing it. It's just back then I wasn't a fan because I don't know. I'm a fan of card games. Like I like Yu-Gi-Oh. The only card game I don't like is Magic the Gathering. I can never get into it. But I don't know. Like Pokemon, the trading card game, the actual game, the cartridge. I love that. That was one of my favorite games back in the day. And that right there got me into the trading card game a little bit. It's just I don't have my cards anymore. I gave them away to my little sister.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Well, I am be honest. I am completely out of topics we can talk about unless you have anything.
Nah, I mean that's pretty much good enough. We will come with you guys with more information as we get it, and if you guys know any like bigger topics that we could just have a complete general discussion about for some more lengthy episodes, let us know, people. Let us know.
Speaking of episodes, I'm surprised we're at 44 minutes right now.
Oh my.
So we didn't go. So we didn't hit our usual hour mark, which it's not even a mark. It just so happens that the last two have been an hour.
Yeah.
But as long as we have these nice conversations, most of my things I actually get are people saying, "Oh, I listened to this on the way to work," or "You guys got me through a long drive. Thank you. Keep doing these." So
Ah,
I'm
that's
glad
perfect.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying these long conversations. So if you guys do have any like topics, as Jspeckz said, or any topics you want to talk about, any questions, both of our Twitters are obviously on the screen at Jspeckz21 and then at Rockin Aerodactyl. Which actually, I just realized I need to. No wait, no, I believe that's still at Rockin Aerodactyl. I think I was gonna change it, but then I didn't. Anyway, you'll be able to find us rather easily. I'll also leave the links in the description just so it's easier for you guys to find us. And do you want to close this out?
Well, yeah, people, if you enjoy, don't forget to leave a like. Check out my boy Rockin Aerodactyl. He got himself a green screen. He got a cap card. This man is on the way to the top. Check out my channel. I do competitive content. I do let's plays. I do co-ops. I do free-for-alls. I shiny hunt on Twitch. My links will also be in the description. Check me out, people. And yeah, this was a lot of fun again. I always enjoy having these conversations. Sometimes it's best to just talk about the game we love.
Definitely, definitely. And thanks again, guys, and we hope to see you in the next episode.
Indeed.
All right, bye, guys.
Goodbye.